Three verses on Bharat. Come on. Together, everyone loudly. Uttaram yat samudrasya himadreschaiva dakshinam. Loudly. Bharatam nama bharatiyatra santatihi navayojana sahasro vistarosya mahamune karma bhumiriyam swargam apavargam cha gacchatam Himalayam samarabhya yavadindu sarovaram tam deva nirmitam desham Hindusthanam prachakshate. Okay, so we were on the Gita and we saw Arjun, how he collapsed, and also how the knowledge of the Gita revives him and he goes ahead to do his duty and wins the war. Now, specifically, if anybody wants to start the study of the Gita, one can obviously start from first chapter and go on. But to understand first chapter also properly, generally it is said one should at least go through the first 5 verses of the 16th chapter of the Gita. The divine qualities and the demonic qualities are mentioned in those verses. And one can see very clearly, once you read those 5 verses, 26 values, divine values are there, and then the qualities of the negative tendencies, they are there. Then in the first chapter you see how Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan and Arjun, they exhibit these qualities. So we are going to take up those 5 verses. Let's see how much we can cover in these few days that we have. So in your book, we have given you the values. The shlokas are also there. You have to take up to page number Bhagwad Gita, chapter 1678. So repeat after me the first shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhihi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Dhanam Damascha Yajñascha Swadhyayastapa Arjavam. So the Lord gives 9 values in the first shloka. Abhayam, fearlessness, is the first quality he says. Sattva Samshuddhi, purity of heart. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, steadfastness in the yoga of knowledge. Dhanam is charity. Damaha, sense control. Yajna is sacrifices or teamwork. Swadhyay is study of the scriptures. Tapa, austerity. So the word austerity is missing there. You can just add austerity in English translation. And Arjavam is straightforwardness. So these values, very, very crucial. They give a lot of strength to the mind and integrate our personality. It is very easy to break rules. Doesn't require any intelligence, nor it requires any much guts. It requires guts to follow rules. It requires tremendous discipline of the mind to be able to live certain values, to live by certain discipline and rules. Then the potential of the mind will manifest. Gurudev used to say that values are like, living values is like building a dam across the river. So river has tremendous potential. Water has so much energy. And it's just flowing away. When a dam is built, then you can harness the power of that water. Same way, our mind has so much of power. But sadly, a lot of power just gets wasted because we don't channelize it well. Values help us to channelize the mind. Values help us to be rooted and not get swayed by temptations, not land up in the wrong path, live more harmoniously. And strange thing is, we want others to follow values, but we don't want to follow values. People should be loving to me, kind to me, truthful to me, transparent to me, forgiving to me. Then I also have to reciprocate the same thing. So here are a few values. In that, interesting is the first value is fearlessness. Now we saw Arjun's condition, and this condition of Arjun, based on that mighty warrior became such a weakling. So in our life, we want success in everything that we do. Yes or no? And it is also true that today there is a lot of stress in life. So what is that way by which we can become successful and yet be free from stress? There is a nice formula that we made based on the second chapter of the Gita. When Arjun has given up his bow and arrow, he doesn't want to fight. Bhagwan gives him this formula. And what is this formula? S-S is equal to S+S. Is it a mathematically right formula? So it's not a right formula that way, but it is something like a memory aid. Can you tell me what are the 4 words with S here? It is connected to the topic, as it says here, no, success formula. Steadfastness, okay. Sacrifice. Strength. Somebody said strength. Okay. So which of the S would be strength? Plus S1. Okay, very good. So one word decoded. 3 more. S minus. So minus S is stress. Oh, very good. 2 words decoded. 2 more. Minus S is stress, plus S is plus strength. Now 2 more you have to decipher. Strength plus straightforward. Straightforwardness, steadfastness all comes under strength. Ho gaya. First S is what? So service minus stress. Strength plus service. Okay. What minus what? Something minus stress is equal to strength plus service. Okay. See, any words it can be on this plus side. I have chosen specific 2 words. But tell me first S. What is the first S? Dash minus stress. What minus stress? Huh? Self minus stress. Okay. Possibly it can be self also. It's very easy. Is there right on your screen? Simple hai. Success minus stress is equal to strength plus failure. Strength plus success only. No, how can success be on both sides? Satisfaction. Okay. Okay, I'll give you a clue. It is one very nice and important program that is being run in our country since last few years. Will it apply here? Success without stress is equal to Swachh Bharat plus strength. Come on. Swachhata plus strength. No way, come on. Strength will include all that. Huh? Samskriti. Huh? No, I said it's a program, it's an initiative going on in our country. And okay, one more clue. It is something that many of you strive to cultivate. And so you attend so many classes and so many things you explore. Huh? Skill. Is there a skill program in our country? Huh? Somebody said here something. Skill India program is there or not? Pakka? Are you sure? Is it there? Really? So that's the word. So success without stress, success minus stress is equal to skill plus strength. As I said, you can have many other words on this side, but I have chosen these two because skills we need in a competitive world. Also, they help us to channelize our potentials. They help us to become aware. They make us more. We are able to achieve many things because of the skills. So there are so many skills: communication skills, PR skills, finance skills, writing skill, dancing skill, so many, cooking, swimming, life skills, all that. Skills everyone cultivates, but strength part of it very few cultivate. Are skills different from person to person or not? Each person can cultivate different skills. But is the strength required common or not? All of us require mental strength. The degrees of strength may vary depending on each person, but we all require tremendous strength. Was Arjuna a skilled warrior? Did he have enough strength in the battlefield, or that strength went missing that time when he collapsed? His strength, physical strength was there, but emotionally he became weak. So that is the stress that he went through, and then that's how, when any of these three become weak, body, mind, intellect, that is called BMI. In Vedanta, BMI means what? Body, mind, intellect. Don't say body mass index. BMI, body, mind, intellect. If mind gets disturbed, does your body get affected or not? If you feel stressed out, what is the hormone that is released in the body? Cortisol. If you feel happy, what is the hormone? Serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin, all this will release if you feel happy. So if mind gets disturbed or mind gets happy, it will affect the body. Will it affect the intellect or not? If you are stressed out, what is this yoga? Okay, chalo, scatter brain. Intellect will get affected. And if your mind is calm, all knowledge is available to us to act. So this alignment of body, mind, intellect, what we spoke today morning, is also called yoga. There are different methods to align the body, mind, intellect. One method is mantra. Other method is values. Through values, if I live my values uncompromisingly, I can train my mind. If I train my mind well to obey the convictions that I am living by, that I am entertaining in my intellect, slowly the emotional turbulence in the mind will settle. And I will be able to perform my actions also well. So here are some very beautiful qualities. This formula is from the 2nd chapter of the Gita, where Bhagavan tells Arjun, Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. O Arjun, drop this weakness of heart. Get up, do your duty, go ahead, fight and win the war. Why are you acting like a defeatist? Do you remember one line that Swami Shivanandaji told Dr. Abdul Kalam? You heard today in the story. Did you tell the line, Sindhuja and Pranati? Repeat loudly, all of you. Defeat the defeatist in you. In every one of us, there is some defeatist who is sitting there, who goes on telling us, you can't do this. This is not possible. It is very difficult. I don't think you are made for this. It keeps on pulling us down. So when Arjun was down, Bhagavan says, drop this weakness of heart. Don't give excuses. Weak people, they will always blame others. And that's what Arjun was doing in the 1st chapter. Lift your hand, all of you. Fold your 3 fingers. So this, when you do this, this is the sign of blaming others. This is the sign of somebody who goes on blaming people, situations. You are like this, my boss is like this, my parents, I don't know why they sent me here, I don't like to be here, but still they have sent me here. We blame. My boss is not listening to me, my spouse is not listening to me, my girlfriend is, acting very wild, whatever. Go on pointing. The people who are of a victim mindset, they will always do this. I am unhappy because of this. This Swamiji is a very ruthless fellow. He doesn't allow us to go out of this ashram. I am a 26-year-old, 28-year-old person. Still I am bound in the ashram. What is this? Pathetic. Blame it. So one goes on doing that. A mindset of victim is like this, but a mindset of victor is like this. A victor says it's up to me. How I face the situation is up to me. A victim always blames. A victor takes charge. Situation can be anything. It is up to me how I respond to it. Great achievements are possible by which mindset? Victim mindset or victor mindset? Only victor mindsets can achieve great things. Victim mindsets will go on finding excuses to keep on crying in life, and whole life will just go. Cry babies. Nothing they will do. Even if everything is available, some one little thing will be uncomfortable, they will cry for that. They can't see all the other good things that are already there in their life. They keep on victimizing. So Arjun was in that position at that point in time where he was victimizing himself, he was blaming everyone, and he didn't want to do his duty. To that Arjun, Bhagwan says, you drop this mindset. If anyone wants to achieve any success, one has to give up the victim mindset, and then only something great is possible. Otherwise, we can keep blaming. And only we lose time. So here are these 16 chapter of the Gita. They are beautiful qualities of a great leader. Do you believe you are a leader? Yes or no? Answer honestly, not just because you have to answer. Do you really feel you are a leader? So who is a leader? What is the meaning of a leader? If you say I am a leader, means what? How do you say you are a leader? One who leads and shows the path to others. Okay? Who can channelize the strengths of people? Alright? Anyone from here? So many of you said you are leaders, but nobody is raising your hands. Why? There. Yeah. So if he has authentic information, then he provides the path. Okay? So he can take tough decisions and he will take the risk first instead of just sending somebody in the team. So one takes responsibility, one leads by example. Lot of these qualities, yeah. Doing something without being told, taking initiative by oneself. All these qualities you are saying are meant to be in some leader, or they are there in you? They are. If you say you are a leader, these are the qualities supposed to be with us, each of us, then we are leaders. This is the land which has produced leaders, but somehow the education system that Macaulay changed wanted to produce clerks. And then that system we have been following, and we keep having that mindset of clerk. I will get a job, somebody will give me a job. Nothing wrong in seeking a job, but if one keeps waiting, why can't you take initiative? Lot of people do startups. They take initiative also, but somewhere down the line they lose it. So there are many qualities of a leader. Leadership comes first through an internal mindset where I can lead myself. Please remember that first. If I cannot lead myself, can I lead people? A leader who cannot, one beautiful quote it is, I don't remember who said it, but a very nice quote on leadership is, leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. All the three. Not only knows the way, but first goes the way, then shows the way to people. So I have to lead my BMI first before I lead others. Generally, people think the leadership is upon people. Leadership is with people. It is not on people. So these are beautiful qualities that you will see here of leadership. 26 beautiful virtues from the 16th chapter of the Gita. In that, the first one, the Lord says, is fearlessness. Before that, I'll keep asking you these things in between. What place is this? Mysore Palace. Anyone else? Is this Mysore Palace? Pakka? Huh? No? I think it is Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus in Mumbai. Is it not VT? It's not VT? Widthwise it's smaller. Why it is not lighted? Hello, VT is lighted on many occasions. It is not that bright. If it was little less brighter, it would have been VT. Huh? It is Mysore Palace, no doubt. Do you know what was Mysore Palace made from? Marble. Earlier, it was made of wood completely. Entire thing was made up of wood. Then it got burnt. It caught fire, it got burnt. They remade it. Very beautiful. How many of you have visited Mysore Palace? Okay, good. Very, very nice place. If you go somewhere, sometimes to Mysore, Karnataka, do visit. Okay, so coming to this first shloka that we saw. He is already a leader in that scenario because, as I said in the morning, he is the only guy who has a special weapon and people really look up to him. If Arjun departs from that place, so many will get demoralized. Not only for the sake of people, but even for himself. Do you think Arjun would have been happy if he was in the forest? He is born as a Kshatriya. He has the temperament of a Kshatriya, both. If he goes to forest, do you think he will sit quietly and really meditate? He is very dynamic person. And he meditated in the forest also specifically for what? To get weapons. So he himself would not feel good if he escaped into the forest. So Arjun is already a leader there. If Arjun collapses, it is one thing for him to collapse. And if he really felt that he should escape from there, at that moment, if he had taken that impulsive decision, he would have regretted his whole life. Because it's not in line with what his temperament actually is. So that is what is called Swadharma, what you are really made for. And definitely people were looking up to him. So yes, Arjun was a leader already. Now first quality given there is fearlessness. Why do you think first quality is fearlessness? Yes. Mind must be free from the fears and inhibitions before it goes ahead. Okay? There, Hema. To show the leader, the leader is showing the people something that is unknown. So to take that step into the unknown, courage is required. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Fearlessness by
Yeah, so fearlessness makes a person really strong and powerful, and that person, objective decisions one can really take. Otherwise, one gets clouded and one's own inhibitions pull one down. Any great achievement, whether in field of knowledge or art, culture, science, literature, wherever, if a leader does not have that fearlessness, innovation cannot happen, achievements cannot happen. One will be stuck in a comfort zone. Comfort zones are those which destroy our potentials. In life, we can have comforts in life, there's no doubt, there's nothing wrong in that. But if I'm stuck in a comfort zone and I don't want to take risk, that mindset is what makes us fall down. Risk taking comes only when there is this quality of fearlessness. Why is this not going ahead? Just press the front arrow key. Once more. So what is fear? It's a natural drive which is there in all the human beings. I think this is gone. Someone just sit there and keep pressing, I'll tell you. Fear is there in every human being. Instinctively it is there in all. That's called as a biological fear. To protect the being from any danger. To safeguard the body from any danger. And since we have evolved from the lower species where survival of the fittest is the norm, there is an inherent instinctive tendency of fear. Through our human thinking we can overcome that. So press the next one. Yeah, go ahead. That's what happens to us when we are scared. We completely become inhibited. Move on. So when fear happens, what happens to us first? The first acronym of fear is forget everything and run. Whatever I am scared of, I want to run away from that. If I am scared of public speaking and I am told, take the mic, address the audience. No, I don't want to speak. If I am scared of heights, if anybody is told, go up and do rappelling down, I will not do. Scared of water, no, I can't jump into water, I can't swim. So many different types of fear. If one relationship I have experienced some heartache, then I am scared in other relationships now. Different types of fear are there. Biological fear, psychological fears, emotional fears, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of criticism. And lot of these fears we don't want to face. So first tendency when fear comes is run. Have you experienced this? Can you share any incident in brief? What is the fear from which you have ran away earlier? Or sometimes even if you are running away now, you want to share it, you are welcome. You are scared of a trek? I'm
not scared of treks, I need heights.
You have fear of heights. Okay? Yes? Fear of darkness. Right. You have some fear of public speaking, or you had? You still have? You know, fear of public speaking is the second greatest fear in life. After fear of death is fear of public speaking. Lots of people have. No. Yeah. Fear of interacting with people and what others will think of me, and we don't open up to people. That's why we are so happy just to belong in one small group. This is my friends. That's all. Live in one small little group, 5 people. I chat only with these people. I hang out only with these people. Arey, open up, new people, meet every day new people. So many are here. 80 of you are here. But I can hang out with only these 5, 7 people. And we have a close bond, Swamiji. I develop more in, I believe more in quality than in quantity. All kinds of logic one can give, okay? And there's no problem in that logic if it is logic for the sake of logic, really. But if it is fear, then you are covering it up. Happily you are covering it up. That is called running away. Running away does not happen only literally running away. I want to avoid it. That's it. I don't want to face. New people, why should I go? Why should I meet? Why should I open up? Why should I introduce? All that fear will be there in the head. What other person will think of me is such a common fear that goes through the life. And the best part is the other fellow is not even thinking about me. He is busy thinking about what you are thinking about him. Imagine two fellows, both are scared of what each other are thinking of the other, and they are not able to open up. Is that what not happens in life? So many types of fear are there. Somebody had lifted hands that side. Yeah, there, Sindhuja. Fear of what? Missing the morning alarm. 19th you don't need an alarm because we are leaving from here by 2:30. Not 4, because the way we saw the bus, how we came from there, Amritsar to here, we took 7 hours to come here. Of course, breakfast did delay us a lot in that place, but still, to be on a safer side, we are departing from here at 2:30. So loading the luggage and everything. So don't. Anyway, last night I know how many of you are going to be sleeping. Yesterday itself I saw so many of you hanging out there, and I unnecessarily cancelled my class. Being compassionate, I don't think I should have cancelled the class at all. I thought, बिचारे इतना सुबह से निकले हैं, they थक गए होंगे, फलाना ढिकना. Nothing. You all have enough energy, and you all can be full night next 5 days also. I know it. Okay, so that night you are not sleeping, so don't worry about fear of alarm on that night, because you finish dinner, by the time you return your robes and this plates, and then you give your, whatever, your last night in the camp, and you want to spend time with each other and all that, and by the time volunteers wind up everything, time to go. That's what is going to happen. So, okay, different fears may be there with people. I need to proceed ahead. But one round of applause to all of you, first and foremost. Why? Because in front of the group, if you were able to say what fear you had, that requires some courage. So that's why this round of applause. Because many people can't open up. They won't be able to say. Because they'll feel that, if I say this, people will make fun of me. Kya re, tu isse darta hai kya? Bachcha hai kya? But you all opened up. So that's a good thing. So first acronym of fear is this: forget everything and run. Why should I be free from my fear? I have fear, so what? I will live with fear. Why should I be free from fear? Because I can't live my life freely. Yes. Very important. They will always be inside, and the regret will continue throughout. It holds me back. It makes me feel lesser about myself. Yeah. See, that's not the fear we are talking about here. We are talking about psychological fears here. We are not talking about biological fears. We are not talking about things which we can do indiscreetly. Fear does not drive rationality. Thinking and knowledge and clarity drives rationality. When I know the consequences of something, that if I jump from a building, it will hurt me, it will pain me, I will get injured, my bones will break, I will die. That knowledge drives that decision that I don't want to jump. That sanity comes from right understanding. And some amount of biological fear, of course, all of us have, because the body, with the pain of the body, we don't want to go through. So that is natural. That's why I said that biological instinct is there in everyone. That we can't overcome immediately. Only in the last stage of spiritual evolution, biological fear goes, where even fear of death people don't have. But otherwise, we are talking about psychological fears here. That when we break out of psychological fears, then it will help us to live a more productive life. Move ahead with that. Yeah. What is the first reason there? I can't see here clearly. What is the first thing written here? Limits our potential. Very clear. Next. Wrong decisions. Fear, decisions taken under fear, emotional fears many times may be wrong decisions. Like Arjun, he decided before the Gita that I don't want to fight. But same Arjun, after the Gita, what he said? He took up the things and he started fighting. So when fear disturbs our mind, our decisions will go berserk. And that's why fear is something to be overcome, because rationality can be completely eclipsed by the fears that we have, by the emotional attachments that we have. And the third point, even if we want to enjoy life, we need fearlessness. We can't enjoy with fears in our mind. Many people, they are not able to dance. Why? Because they think, what will others think of me? They want to, they feel like, but they will not. They want to sing, but they will not. Oh, what will others think? That's their problem. No, my voice is not good. They can shut their ears. Why are you worried? You sing. If you feel, you sing. But we limit ourselves. Even enjoyments we are not able to enjoy thoroughly just because fears are there in our mind. Move ahead. So fear, as I said, is not just in one aspect. If one part is disturbed, all the other parts will also be disturbed. Apurva, this was not required. In between the class, you can't go out and just take water casually and come back and sit. One should do all those things first and come into the class. No? 1 hour class, 1.5 hours class. If people start walking like that, just like that, what are we doing here? So, we saw one aspect of the personality. If it gets affected, it will affect others. Like we see the example. Like if I have fear of opening up, I don't want to open up to people, then I will be scared. I don't want to go to places. I don't want to go to camps, or I don't want to go to parties. I don't want to interact with people. Then I will keep myself only in a closed room or an environment where I'm safe with only few people. So it will inhibit me from all ways. So that is an important aspect to know, that fear needs to be overcome. Lots of people just are comfortable with their fears. They don't want to overcome it. And then they live like this. What is the first point there? Fear is temporary, regret is permanent. Suppose, let us say, trekking. I'm just giving one simple example. Suppose one goes trekking. Now, because one has fear of heights, one is not going. Others are all going. Now, if I don't go, my mind will keep on telling me, you are a weakling, you are not going, you have not overcome this, I don't think you can do this. And this regret will remain throughout. But if I put that effort and I take that first step and I go, I have fear, I will face it, I will overcome it, I am free forever. Think about it. Bungee jumping, rappelling, rock climbing, valley crossing, so many adventure activities, skydiving, parasailing, so many things which are there. People say, I don't need to do it. Actually, they have fear. They don't want to do it because they have fear. If they go and do it, even when they are feeling fear, when they come down or when they finish that activity, they will feel so liberated. Think about it. One fear you overcome, how much energy is freed or not? And you know one thing which happens in life? What lesson we don't learn, life keeps bringing us those situations many times again and again. So the faster we learn the lesson, the better. So fear has to be overcome, because it will permeate my whole life. I will live in regret. And certain things I cannot achieve after a certain age. Then the regret, that opportunity is gone. And that's why it needs to happen. What is the second point there? If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. It will also show you what are your limits. It will also make you aware of what the mind is going through. And if you start doing it, you may even start enjoying it after a point. So you open up new avenues of enjoyment also. Third point. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Our fears today are bigger. One psychology of fear is what you know. The more you run away from the fear, the more the fear grows. It will keep growing. But if I face it, it will vanish. That's the fear psychology. So now we have to understand this aspect. What is fearlessness? It is not absence of fear. It is the ability to cope the fear, ability to face the fear and overcome it. Nobody can say I have absolutely no fear at all. Everybody has some fear or the other. How do I face that fear and how do I overcome that? That ability is called fearlessness. It's not absence of fear. Absence of fear will be last stage when I overcome different fears, and obviously I will become free from all types of fear, and spirituality can make me free from even biological fears. But first step would be I have to face it. And hence to overcome the fear, the first step is face the challenge boldly. So the second acronym for fear is face everything and respond or rise. What is the first acronym? Forget everything and run. Second acronym? Face everything and rise or respond. Anything, you can apply both, rise and respond. If you face it, you will rise slowly. Go ahead. Next one. What are your fears already done? These are 3 steps of fear. Fear works in these 3 steps. First step is I don't know. So somebody said fear of darkness, right? So I don't know what is there in darkness. Now when I don't know, then the second step will be what if. The mind will play what if game. What if there is a ghost? What if there is some thief? What if there is a lizard? Anything. So many fears are there. It's very interesting. Rationality, no? And fear. What is one of the connections is this. Suppose you are scared of a lizard. How much is your weight? 40 kilos, 30 kilos, 50 kilos, something is your weight, no? And how much is the lizard's weight? Who should be afraid of whom? If lizard falls on you, anything will happen to you? Nothing much. But if you fall on the lizard, only your clothes will get dirty. But if you fall on the lizard, you trample on the lizard, what will happen to the lizard? Finished. हाँ? तो निकाल तो सकते हो ना, क्या होगा? आज जो चिपक गया मतलब फेविकॉल का मजबूत जोड़ है. कमाल है यार. निकालो. और चिपकली को और कोई जगह मिला नहीं, तुम्हारे हाथ पर ही आके मरेगी वो. कुछ नहीं होता है. It's just psychological. Oh no, it climbs like that so fast and all that stuff. Exactly. So there's no rationality only. That's the point. Fear is only in the head. Half the fears are not rational at all. They're absolutely irrational. Exactly. The first step happens, na? Forget everything and run. So, when I don't know something, then the what if is the game. Mind will start projecting. And the deeper the what if game the mind plays and the negative things the mind speaks and brings out, the third step will happen. I can't handle it. I can't handle it means then we give up. Run from there. Then I have to put on the light, and all the other fellows in my room, they are troubled because why is this fellow not able to sleep without this light? We want to sleep, but no, light has to be on. You apply this to any fear that we have. Fear of public speaking. I don't know what the audience will think. I don't know if I will be able to deliver properly. And if I am able to deliver properly also, will I be judged for my vocabulary? If I stop somewhere, what will people think? Now, what if game the mind will start playing? And then we will say, no, I don't want to handle this. If people think less of me, I don't like it, might as well not talk anytime in public. So these three steps the mind will always play with any fear that we have. Fear of darkness, fear of public speaking, fear of rejection, any fear. Fear of losing someone who is close to you, that's an attachment born fear. So one has to understand, again their logic has to be applied and emotional anchoring has to happen. So the person applies logic to understand that all of us are here for some time only. We are not permanent beings. Either I will go or they will go. Life is short. That's a reality I have to accept. There's no two ways about it. One. Two, so I make the best of the time that I have with that person. And three, my emotional anchoring should not be on that person. My emotional anchoring has to be on something higher, something deeper. I may still miss the person. I may still feel that, the person is not there. I may still have memories. Nothing wrong with that. That's natural phenomenon. But at least I have perspective. Because when people we love, we lose them, sometimes we lose perspective itself. Then we can't do what we really need to do. Our duties get clouded. We get dejected with life. We don't have relationships. Many such things happen. And that's why devotion plays a big role. Until bhakti is not developed, it is very difficult to have emotional independence. Because no matter how much loving a person is to you, that person is not all the time going to be there. But God is always there with you. Truth is always in your heart. So that is an important aspect. That's what is the detachment part. I love the person, I still am detached, and I know that this person is in this journey of life. For some time that person is with me. Let me make the best of this, and then I will move on or they will move on. That I have to re-emphasize to my mind again and again very clearly. We always want to be with that person forever. It's a natural trait, there's nothing wrong in that. But facts of life are very different. Nobody can be together this ever, Saat Janam and all is nonsense. Nothing happens for Saat Janam. From law of karma standpoint, there is no 7 Janmas and all this happening together. So, with knowledge, with devotion, one has to develop. And that will happen slowly by consistent sadhana. And that's why spirituality is very crucial. Correct. So no, it can. I'm not saying no. See, what happens is, this is what is the thing. There is no guarantee that everybody will become old and die. There's no guarantee. Anyone can drop any moment. When their karma is over, it will be finished, gone. And it's not that we have to anticipate now this person is going to die. No. Deep down in my mind, I should know that all relationships are temporary. That's the knowledge I have to have. So when they are temporary, like suppose you go to Switzerland, let us say, just example. You go on a 5 days, 6 nights package, let us say. Your time there is limited, na? What will you do? Will you not make the best of that time? Because you know time is limited, you will want to make the best of it. Eat the nice food, visit the places, take all photographs, make memories, all that one will do. Why? Because I know it's limited. Life is short. I need to know that. Anyone can go at any time. That is one thing. Second thing is, if my faith is not based on proper understanding of who God is, what God is, then it will be shaken. Because I will hold God responsible for taking my mother away. But is really God responsible for taking my mother away? It is the karma of the mother responsible and karma of the child which has come together, that has brought both of them together in a relationship for a certain period of time. And when the mother's karma is over, she is going. God has no role to play in that, actually speaking. So we have these conditionings. If things happen in certain ways, then I have faith in God. If they don't happen in certain ways, I lose faith in God. Because our faith is not based on proper understanding of the laws of the universe. Like how in science we believe in so many laws that are functioning in the universe, same way in spirituality there are laws which are there properly, explained in the scriptures. If I understand those laws, then I can understand what is happening to me, what is happening in the world, what is happening in the bigger picture. Not that it will make me heartless or I will not have sorrow, but at least I will not lose perspective. That's where the knowledge is very, very crucial. Now all of us loved Gurudev. At some point he left, na? He's not going to be there all the time, and he left. We are still doing the work that he wanted us to do, because the knowledge that he gave us empowered us with that detachment, with that inner strength, that the most loved person in your life is gone. But what did that person teach you? How did that person expect me to live? Your friend can ask this question to herself. How would my mother want me to respond in this situation? Feeling sorrow is no problem, but I should overcome that grief and continue with my life in some ways, that I don't go off track. So those things are important, and that's how the emotional fears one can overcome. So these 3 steps, if I understand this mechanism of fear, I don't know, what if, and then I can't handle it. That's how fear plays in our minds. First, I need to understand this aspect. Go on to the next one. Yeah. So wait. Now, do you want to overcome fears that you have? Pakka? Very thanda you are. Yes. You really want to overcome fears? Yes. You want to know what is the mantra for that? Yes. There's a nice mantra for it. You learn? You apply it? Okay, sit erect. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now repeat after me. The mantra is Om Karejaya Namaha. 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 That's it. This is the mantra. You invoke courage. Nice mantra, no? Modern mantra. Karejaya Namaha. It has 2 meanings. What is the first meaning? Invoke courage. And second is Kareja. Whatever is your fear, face it and keep doing it. If you are scared of public speaking, go and talk in front of public. Doesn't matter. They will think anything about you. Don't worry. People used to ask Gurudev, Swamiji, how can we go in front of people and talk? We don't know so many things. And what if we make a mistake? He said, it is their prarabdha to put up with you. Why are you bothered? You go and fire off. You talk. Don't worry. Slowly, slowly, one will overcome that fear. If you have fear of heights, then go and do rappelling, rock climbing, bungee jumping, skydiving, all that. Go and do it. If you feel that no, it's very difficult for me to go alone, then take some friend with you and go. And together jump. Obviously with all safety harness and everything. Don't simply jump. So, practice it. Do it. So, courageja meaning keep doing it. Until you don't overcome that fear, keep doing it. That's the way to overcome fear. So, that's the mantra. You still require courage, na, in that. You lose out on a relationship. See, that's where it is. If I lose out on somebody, why am I scared? Because my emotional happiness depends on that person. Na? If that person is not there, I am not happy. Or if the person doesn't behave in a certain way with me, I am not happy. I am not scared actually of losing that person. I am scared actually of losing my happiness in the absence of that person, because I am depending on that person for a certain happiness. That dependence I have to overcome. If I don't overcome that dependence, I will feel that I am scared of losing this person. Actually, I am not scared of losing the person. I am scared of losing the happiness that I derive from that person's association. And that is the dependency I have created. That dependency I have to overcome. I have to learn to identify what are the things that I am deriving from that person. Can I not become independent in that? Not that I will never relate with that person. Suppose I depend on somebody for appreciation, praise, love. The person makes me feel so good about myself. Person is very encouraging, motivating. Nice, I feel very good. Nothing wrong in that, but can I not feel good by myself? Can I not feel strong by myself? Can I not feel that unless this person, can I not appreciate myself? Why do I need only others to appreciate me? So that way I need to identify what are the things I am depending on people. Can I develop that independence in my mind? Then slowly one will be loving, but one will not have fear. One will overcome that fear. Gurudev, that's why he used to say this, learn to be alone. And one of his favorite quotes is that, if you cannot enjoy your own company, why inflict it on others? Think about it. So that emotional independence has to come. So this mantra you learnt, and the second mantra is I can, I must, I will. I can face the fear, I must face the fear, and I will face it and overcome. So I can face and I can overcome. There's a whole book called We Must. If any of you want, please buy that book. It's available on Kindle also, available offline also. We Must is the name of the book. Very, very positive book. So many young people who have gone through different challenges, depression, even suicidal thoughts. That book has saved the life of so many people, because it's an entire book full of positive enthusiasm, energy, inspiration. Fabulous book. In that, Gurudev says this, we can, we must, we will. Move ahead. Move ahead. So I will end this portion with this beautiful quote of Swami Vivekananda ji. Imagine Vivekananda ji, he is traveling across the country. He was a wandering monk. And when he comes to Banaras, he has this jhola with him and he has one danda and he is going around, and suddenly so many monkeys, they start chasing him. And some of them are biting him at the feet, some of them are trying to take away his bag. And looking at all of them, he started running. As he was running, there was a sadhu who was standing and watching him. And the sadhu just looked at him and said, face the brutes. That's all he said. That sentence when he heard, Vivekananda ji stopped for a while. He said, why am I running? And he just turned. And he stood very firmly with his danda and he looked at those monkeys, all disappeared. This is a real life incident in his life. And he narrates that. Read that quote. When we cease to weep for them, na? Flee before them. Flee before them. So that's what it is. Face the brutes. And they make us feel lesser about ourselves. Anything or anyone makes me feel less about myself is not acceptable. A genuine criticism is fine, I can learn. But somebody making me feel less about me, condemning me, making me feel inferior, always bullying me, not at all acceptable. It hurts the confidence in very, very subtle ways. And a person lives more and more in inhibitions after that. So that's the first quality, is fearlessness. We will stop here for today. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.